to separate the men from the bars, motherfucker. Let's go. Let's go. Best verse can't kill out my intro. Word your blood, daddy. This time is for taking. Time steady ticking. Food supply getting lower and these diapers getting expensive.
What up? It's your boy E with BoxingProfits, bringing that toe-to-toe value that's undisputed in this industry. Hey, I'm gonna get straight to the point, man. Cut straight to the chase. You dig? Floyd Money Mayweather is hitting the headlines and letting it be known once again how envious and jealous he is whenever somebody is getting more publicity or more attention than he is, when he's in the process of trying to wheel in some attention himself. Let's talk about it. Now, Floyd Mayweather, we all know how insecure Floyd Mayweather is, all right? He's got to show the money. He's got to flash the women. He's got to show the cars. He's got to show, all his sock drawer, his $1 million sock drawer, right? He's got to do all these things to show how rich he is, you know what I'm saying, to cover up, a lot of his, subconscious securities that finds his way to the surface, and we all can just see, how jealous and envious this man, can really be. Now, it amazes me that somebody who's in their 40s can be so insecure. And you got a bazillion dollars in probably about 4 different bank accounts. And yet and still, you insecure about circumstances that he don't have any control over, right? So let's go down the line. I mean, he has a history. He has a behavior of this. The whole Ray J thing. You remember that? Like from a couple of years ago? You know what I'm saying? The whole thing about Floyd being jealous of Ray J when Ray J got it with his girl. You remember that? Then, more recently with Manny Pacquiao, when Floyd came out and made the statement about telling the young fighters don't go chase after the old guy and blah this and blah that, when Manny Pacquiao is a champion, okay? Like, why wouldn't these young fighters go after Manny Pacquiao? He's a champion, and Manny Pacquiao called him out on it and said that he was being jealous about his accomplishment and he's still in the sport. And you know what I'm saying? He Pacquiao is the one with the crown, and Floyd's jealous of that. I mean, we could go on and on and on, right? Now he's jealous of the attention that Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. is getting, right? And I wanted to touch on this one, for a brief second, okay? Now, Floyd was sitting down with Fat Joe, and Fat Joe asked this man clearly, Floyd, who you think gonna win? And what Floyd Mayweather do? Like I said before, who originated the exhibition fights? Who's the number one in exhibition fights? Right? I need y'all must have forgot. Right now, when he said that, I'm like, oh, that's a straight jab at Roy Jones Jr. When he was saying y'all must have forgot, or y'all, y'all being forgetful and all this other shit. I'm like, that's a direct jab at Roy Jones Jr. I'm like, why? Like it just doesn't make any sense. Floyd got way more money than Roy Jones Jr. You know what I'm saying? What Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. is going to make on that night. You know what I'm saying? Floyd Mayweather probably made more than what they're going to make in that night in one round of boxing, okay? So, like, why would this dude even say that? Why you just didn't answer the goddamn question? Is it going to be Mike or is it going to be fucking Roy? You dig? Like, it's simple. Why this dude had to go down memory lane and let it be known about how much money he got from his exhibition bouts over in Japan against a fucking Ayukin, right? You know what I mean? Against the Tiger uppercut. You dig? Like, this dude here crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? I love Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Mayweather, you dig, in the ring. I love what he's done. He's TBE. He really, really is. Let's not make no mistake on that. You know what I'm saying? But outside of the ring, this dude, bro, we could just go down the annals of history when it comes down to Floyd Mayweather, right? You remember the All Lives Matter. You remember that? He came out, somebody asked him about, nigga didn't even ask Floyd Mayweather about police officers. They asked Floyd Mayweather about something something so simple, and he just came out all lives matter. Like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? And then he came out and did the whole Gucci thing, the Gucci, you know what I'm saying, racist thing. He had to come to their defense and all this other shit, right? And then he got a whole shitstorm of negative comments and negative feedback because people was calling him Uncle Tom and a sellout for that whole Gucci thing. You remember talking about he's still gonna shop at the Gucci store and all this other stuff or whatever, right? He's always counter trend trading, right? He's always on the counter side of everything. So he sees all this attention that Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. is getting is because people is not paying attention to the bullshit he's doing overseas in Japan, right? And man, you know what I'm saying, that insecurity is not cool for Floyd, man. But I understand who am I, right? You know what I'm saying? Floyd Mayweather is going to do what he do regardless. But, you know what I'm saying? Just like I hold everybody else accountable for their bullshit, I'm holding Floyd Mayweather Jr. accountable for his bullshit too. Because he's got a history and he has behavior of this shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Errol Spence, Andre Ward, Deontay Wilder, Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr., Ray J, Manny Pacquiao, Errol Spence Jr. Did I mention him before? I mean, we could go on and on and on. We could just, it's just ridiculous, this dude. You know what I'm saying? Well, anyway, maybe I forgot another event he was jealous about. Y'all remind me in the world and down in the comment section below. It's your boy E with Boxing Profits. Signing on to the next one. Holla at your boy 100. Woo, I'm out.